There we are. Are we? Testing. There we are. Are we? Testing. I forget to speak into the microphone most of the time. I forget to speak into the microphone most of the time. So here we are, another Wednesday, another 4-hour stream. I started kind of late because of lunch, because of everything. It's a really weird day already. I hope I'll be able to have a normal stream between my freaking internet and all of that. I'm thinking this looks weird and kind of doesn't seem to match the style of anything else that I've done. But the idea is that Ergol himself made some kind of, again, it's sort of an effigy of himself. I made him like with a sort of spots. As if it were the sort of red mushroom cap, the same as Ergol, but it's just a bag full of hay. I made this sort of as a placeholder sort of face, but Ergol, it's a scarecrow. Ergol probably would try to make it sort of scary. I don't even know, that's just masking, it's nothing definitive, it's for the sake of giving it a little something. It's Ergol actual clothes, which is not like he wears this every day, but it's like kind of a coincidence that this day himself and the scarecrow are like wearing the same. He might even comment on that. I hate how just scrolling brushes do that kind of thing. Again, this was not a is it even a character? It wasn't in my plans doing this guy, but I kind of thought about it sort of in the last minute, and it was also a bit of a cop-out because I didn't know what to do on Monday. I had to start a new character. I have to make some really important characters like Astrid and the freaking deer, and I have to make some kind of less than supporting ones that are going to appear in some kind of montage. Because again, Ergol is gonna be talking to a lot of characters, but he's not going to talk to every single one. So there's gonna be more characters than the relatively few that he talks to. So is that in the front or in the back? Okay. So I'm thinking of making some kind of scene that's a bit of a montage, like showing him that he does go and visit other characters, and probably he does get like an orb from them too. That's the thing with this. I wish I could. I wish I could make like a sharper cut here, and I honestly don't know how to make it. It's not gonna show necessarily. Well, I guess that will do to some extent. This is the kind of thing that I would either do externally, because it's kind of hard surfacey. That'll do. It's not super clean, but it's fine. It's enough. It's well enough. I should actually flip it and mirror and weld it. So now I have this. Is there a way? Probably. Okay. Okay. Huh. Is there like a way? To make this sort of the same length as the other one? Why are they so? Oh, because of the angle. This is probably completely straight, and this is kind of slightly rotated, right? I don't want to eyeball it. I'm gonna have to. So I already did this kind of incision here, this kind of indentation, and I don't want to have to sort of redo it. Can I hide the freaking trash bag from the head? That thing. Now I should do the same kind of thing here. Oh, and here it's like cut weird as well. I didn't realize. Again, this is kind of a character, kind of a prop, kind of a minor thing, but at the same time it's kind of important because of it was made by Ergol in his own image. Ergol himself was made by the wizard. He wasn't born out of, he's not natural in that sense. So it's almost as if Ergol was sort of mimicking his own creation by doing something similar with this guy. And it also sort of implies that it was Ergol's first collaboration with Astrid, because he made it almost as a kind of basic mechanical thing, and she enchanted it. Because it's not alive, but it sort of comes alive to do its job as a scarecrow. so close to matching the freaking thing. God dang it. Here, well, maybe there. Maybe a little bit closer. I can still make it a little bit closer. There. That's exactly what I wanted. So it's kind of an interesting precedent and a kind of parallelism with Ergol's own creation. It's a character that, again, it's not even truly a character that I had not really planned. And it sort of happened. I just thought of it sort of recently. I want to put this as a little towel. I want to make like more articulated arms, because probably that's the one thing that he's gonna like, sort of wave around to scare the crows, to scare the birds away. Whatever birds he faces. Not necessarily crows. I don't know if I'm gonna do like, if I'm gonna give this word like normal animals. Where is this in relation to the hand? Where even is this? I wish I could rename. Can I rename the subtools? It should be like a more normal thing to do. Is the stream still up? Testing? Yes. I should close Discord. No. Let's for now let's just sort of delete symmetry. Delete bisymmetry. I don't know, I came up with this as a sort of to make it look like Ergol had sort of carved that hand in this way, but like it's a wood carving, to make it sort of animated, to make it sort of like he made this sort of mechanical thing. Is that dowel? Is that the actual? Let's put it here. Let's put it sort of here. Like Ergol made this very basic sort of dummy, and it's kind of the idea. I don't know if this is too long, TBH. How can I... How can I like mask this and shorten it without overlapping that? All I can do, I guess, is shortening the whole thing here. Maybe, and then re-lengthen that, probably. Have I made a mess of the shape? Yes, I have, but it's not like it's no longer a cylinder anymore. If I put it next to the other part, is it still somewhat the same length? There I go, eyeballing things again. Again, this was a bit of an afterthought. This whole thing. I don't know if this should be longer than the actual sort of forearm. Now I'm gonna have to group where are these? Oh, I still left those in place. Oh, no. Okay, no. But not really. Delete by symmetry. No. And I still have one left here. What the hell is that? Oh. Well. Is that the one? Can I just delete it? This one no longer goes. Here's a hand. No. Let's save. Let's merge. A few things together. What the hell is that? No. Is that the whole arm with all the dowels and everything? Well, not really all of them, because there should be like a middle one here. But I guess I can do that later. This one can disappear. This entire arm should pivot from here, sorta. What? Oh, there's a part that was still masked. I had put it, I guess, like behind here. How exactly am I gonna make? Can I put like one in the front and one in the? Oh no, I know already. Okay. Let's put that. It's not even that complicated, but I'm just complicated myself. Probably this has no reason to be anymore. I can make this mirror this and now mirror like that and go all the way here, sort of completing that. Can I get rid of a head bag now? Right, let's make it match. Let's eyeball the hell out of it again and sort of make it match there. Oh, it's a bit too... Oh. No. It was like 576, I think. Why is this so imprecise? Well, that'll have to do. So there's like a joint in here and a joint in the sort of wrist, so to speak. I don't know if I should put some kind of bag in here too for the sort of torso. Maybe I shouldn't be streaming, I should be just capturing. I don't know if it makes any sense to stream anymore. What am I doing? That. This. What? Here. And now. Down here. So it's just... I'm making it so it's like the same size, all these sort of dowels. And so here, the arms are sort of going to pivot around this sort of dowel. It's gonna be easier for me also to determine where the pivoting point should be. Again, this is probably not going to be super animated, but again, I have to think of all the stuff that I can. I'm not crazy about the shape of the hands. I might try to remake them, redo them. I might finish this guy today. I always say the same thing and it's rarely true anymore. But this looks so puffy, but not in the way that it should be, I feel. Why is it so heavy? I feel like I've subdivided it too much. Looks like it too. This should have like a button here as well, I guess. This is the actual waist. I don't want to make a big stink with this, maybe, yeah. Thank goodness I can move individual fibers. That are clipping here. Oops. This is barely gonna show probably. Oh my god, there's a blood here on this side. Well, I did only this hay here and like in the last minute on Monday to get some kind of finishing. I should probably apply it better. I don't want to necessarily have to move every individual fiber, but anyway, it's probably gonna be very hard to make the fibers land in the right place anyway. So we already have this. Might as well sort of make some adjustment to this instead of trying a million times to make the fibers land correctly in the first try. Again, I like to think of this sort of quote-unquote character as probably Ergol's and Astrid's first collaboration. He made like a very basic mechanical thing and she enchanted it. I thought I wasn't even going to give him a name, but probably Ergol will call him something. I was trying to come up with something close to Ergol, somehow. Since it's a bit of an alter ego of himself. So what I came up with was Edwin. I don't even know why, I don't know, it makes me think of Edwin Hubble, among other things, probably. I almost made it Edgar, and I didn't really like him. This looks too uniform. I want to make it more. Well, I'm overdoing it now, but I don't know if there could be like something sticking out of a fly too, or more hay, obviously, not something. I guess I am sort of defining what Ergol's handiwork looks like with this. I still feel like those arms are very long, especially when the pants seem so short. I don't want to have to redo this, god dang it. Let's save. Let's delete this part. Let's delete this part. Let's... crap. Okay. It's still not centered because of the... That's probably closer to the correct position, but I don't know if I... Maybe I can just shorten this. If I put this like in this angle and with a... Is that still gonna be too long, too short, too something? Let's split the freaking hidden parts. Let's split to parts. Let's move this just for reference. I don't freaking know. I don't freaking know. I don't freaking know. That's kind of a problem when you don't have a very clear battle plan. Should be like there, so it has room to spin. I don't know why there's like I have like a Sweeney Todd song in my head, and I kind of shake it off. Well, I wasn't going to save. Oh well, I saved. Merge down. Let's rotate it from here 15 degrees. Oh. Oh, this dowels are still on the loose. Now 15 degrees. Now let's rotate, let's duplicate, flip it horizontally and flip it in the Z-axis. And let's place it where it goes to complete the other half of the thing. Here. Here. Can I get rid of a head again? It gets in the way. Let's eyeball it with the... Let's use the edge of the thing to eyeball this. Open, there we see. That looks about right. It's not so freaking long, it's still long, but what you gonna do? I'm not gonna do it again. Oh, precisely what I was saying, that I was thinking of redoing the hands. I might try. Let's just give it a try. That's what I get for freehanding it. I don't like freehanding anything. Can I do with maybe some noise? What is it called? It's not material, it's noise. Yes. There's like a burlap one, isn't there? Why does it look like that? I don't necessarily want to apply it that way, but let's give it a try. What am I looking for? Help. Nice. My freaking brain is fried. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I cannot find it. I absolutely cannot find it. Because it's not called noise here. It's called noise in the lightbox, but here it's called something else. What the hell is it? Is it surface? How exactly? Does it have to do with the UV map? Oh my god, for God's sake. Must you be like that? What difference does it make? Not tile, well maybe tile. Does that modify the freaking noise at all? I did this exact same thing when I did Oogie Boogie for whatever daily challenge it was, whatever year. Where the hell was it against surface? I never find the actual surface thing. Okay. I don't really know. How is that supposed to freaking work? That's the one sort of based on the UV. But let's modify the UV. Let's make it spherical, cylindrical. But not like that. Can I rotate it? What the hell even is this? Does that make any sense? Something like that? It looks bunched up when it needs to be, but it's very messy. Will it change in a higher resolution? Doesn't seem like it. Let's still go back to the highest and try to fix the surface thing. Edit this. What does that do? Oh, the alpha scale. That looks very messy. Why doesn't it connect better? Can I get rid of a texture? Well, I don't know what this means. Is there a texture being applied, or is it just the alpha? And the color thingy. Maybe I can save this just in case. Then just mask by noise. And freaking. This mask not gonna do much. I inflate it. By mask will the transfer. I feel like that could work instead of transferring the actual. Oh. Maybe I can deflate it. What am I looking for here? Deflate a little bit. Just a little bit. So it would look like the threads thing. What will that look like? Then I can just sort of apply. Like a procedural here, and don't do much else. And this just doesn't even need to necessarily have a texture, but this, I can really use that, I think. I can leave it as a noise thing right now. Maybe I can extract these actual sort of silly features that I've given him. It's very thick. I can still have it thick. Let's maybe polish, especially the mouth. I don't really know what the hell is up. Thank God there's nobody watching or hearing this stupid shit. I have lost my mind over so much pain. It was bound to happen sooner or later, I guess. This weird corner I didn't see. it's done. Can we just remesh lower count? Maybe clay polish. I don't know if I should put stitches in that. I don't know if I should try to make it to give it like a nose. I don't know if Ergol would be that thorough. Not that he wouldn't be, but for this sort of weird, no, for this sort of weird effigy of himself. Not that he wouldn't put all the effort. This I should make sharper, much more thinner than I'm used to do this kind of thing. Everything that I extract to thick. 0.001. Simple and extract. The history of the world, my pet. It's those above eating those down below. I can't get that thing out of my mind. What am I looking for? Why is this so wonky here? I'd like to give it like some kind of stitches around. Why is this not so round? Is the stream still up? I had, what the hell did I press? I had some kind of a brush for stitches. I've done them before, and of course I'm not gonna find it now. I'm gonna have to make my own thing. Will that even work? It's not the right angle. Great. Outstanding. Outstanding. Why is there no middle term for these streams? Sometimes there's absolutely nobody in chat. And sometimes there's a bunch of people. Not a lot going on. And I feel bad because I'm like only looking with one eye. Stitches, stitches, how do I make stitches? I probably have some brushes here. I'm not gonna find right away because I never do. Let's save back to the shape of the hand. I don't know what to do. That is great. Again, I feel like Ergol would do something that clean, especially if he's bothered to make that kind of joint for the arms. He's not gonna just make a bouquet of twigs for the hands, which is what I was going to do originally. My idea is this, what I made, that he sort of carved out of a plank, this kind of hand shape. But probably I should have made it better, more symmetrical, more something. Okay, here we go. Oh, these are the stitches. Here are all the stitches. This is what I did for the Queen Amidala costume. Catwoman stitches are not real stitches, are not an IMM brush anyway. It's something else. Please. Please, please. What is going on? Why is everything so heavy? For God's sake. Please, please, please. Why nothing works? Why is it not responding? What is going on? I'm gonna save just in case it crashes and goes all to shit. Why is everything so heavy? I think I have like 0 free space in the hard drive, among other problems. Speaking of hard drive, I can't get over how shitty they have been. The new hard drive management. Why? Is everything crashing? What the hell is happening? For God's sake! I'll be right back. I might have to reset or something. Is it working? Testing. This computer is like about to explode. It is only around 300 megabytes of hard drive space. Why is this in centimeters, for fuck's sake? Why is anything, why are my freaking preferences always reset? Why? Jesus Christ. Why is everything on the verge of collapse? Always. At all times. The entire fucking country, the entire fucking... everything. Is it dumber with 3 fingers? 3 fingies? Why is this space not the same as this? When this is supposed to be centered? Is this finger not centered? Why is it not centered? Is it now centered? Hey Ergol. Should I do something like that now that I think about it? Maybe... not a fully articulated hand, but... Mr. Todd, what is that sound? Something like that. Is it more sort of accurate? Or again, something like this. Freaking like this. Why does this only go from 15 to 30? Why does it move in intervals of 15 and not 10? freaking god. Would that give it a look of accuracy? To call it something. What did I move? Why's the middle finger closer to the pinky than to the... What did I do? At what point did I mess it up? Why is it in centimeters? I mean, do give me the freaking metric system, but not here. What the hell? Pixels, pixels, always, everywhere, pixels, everywhere you can. God. What? Something like that, something like that, I don't know what. I finished my water. Why did I drink so much? This computer is gonna blow up again. It has only... It has only like 300 megabytes of free space. Where did I save this? Hand alpha. Can I not use a PSD as an alpha? Isn't the Ergol folder? Wait, what Ergol folder are we talking about? Oh, it's not in that Ergol folder. This Ergol folder. And freaking drag. It's a real drag. Focal shift. Wish I could rotate it. Why does it have to be rotated like in a weird way? Can I just apply it somehow? Is there like a tool in masking? Please, 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 please. Mask by alpha. How does this work? Mask by alpha uses a current selected alpha to apply masking. Yeah, that's what I assumed. Another fucking thing. I cannot get fucking Sweeney Todd out of my fucking brain. Lucky no one's here. Not even lurking or crying or anything around. Oh. Oh, the big fat is lurking. Hello, I don't know if you're hearing I think you're streaming. I saw you streaming. And I always want to say hi. I wanted to say hi to Snoid. I wanted to say hi to everyone, and I was very short on time for starting my stream. I started late already as it is. What the hell am I doing? This computer is freaking dying to. Can I liberate at least a little bit from this cache files here? At least just 1 gigabyte. Okay, now there's only 8 gigabytes. Something, it did something. It had only 300 megs a few minutes ago when I checked. I don't know if it purged something or what. Accept. Forget about that. I don't know what I'm doing. I should go lurk on some. Well, at least they do have viewers. It's not like they need me. Snoid and the big fat. Everyone does have viewers. Other than those that are currently streaming. I'm the only loser who doesn't have any. I'm kidding, for God's sake, I'm not. What? What? What's the big idea? Why can't I mask? Oh, because that's a single. Okay. 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 That's really weird. Really freaking weird. I should freaking remesh this freaking thing. I really got to stop. I'm a fucking idiot just thinking. Why is this freaking thing not round? I feel like with my connection I can't really play anyone else's stream right now because I'm streaming. I can barely check my own stream, but I want to lurk over at this guy's stream. Oh my god, Snoid is raiding me? That alert. Hello. Thank you so much for raiding. I was lurking on your in your stream a little bit for a little while. How is everyone? How was your stream? Were you streaming for another like 12 hours or something? Another marathon of a stream. I'm trying to do it's very dumb because I did it with like an alpha and I just sort of extracted it, but I'm trying to do something like a hand shape that looks like it was carved in wood or something, but it's really silly. I'm making a kind of a, what is it called, a scarecrow. Like the main character made a sort of scarecrow version of himself. But I'm redoing what I did for the hand because I wanted to make it a little bit more geometrical. I sort of free-handed something before, and I didn't really like it. My reel, what I have for a reel is this thing that I put together for when the stream is starting. These are some characters that I've done over the past 10 or 12 years, and I put this together to show like a little something in at the beginning of the stream. That's why it says going live. I need to put together like a better reel to show newcomers what's the kind of stuff that I do. I don't know if this audio is going through. But this is the only reel that I have for now. This is almost some random characters out of the literal hundreds that I've done in the past 12 years. Every April I make a daily challenge, so I made 30 characters in a row in the entire month, and I've done it for 8 years. So in that alone I've done like 240 characters. So these are some random ones that I picked. Probably there's a few good ones that I missed. But it's like a little something that I wanted to have in here to show, like, again, like newcomers or someone, to show a little bit of what I can do, because generally what I'm doing at the time is like some tedious little thing that doesn't really represent much of what I can do. That one in the left is my original character that the project that I'm working in right now. Let's go back and again, thank you so much for rating. Does that work? There's a shout out, even though all the viewers that I have right now are the people that came with you, I think. I randomly had this idea after I finished the sunflower sort of character. I had this idea of making this kind of scarecrow that is again kind of made in the image of the protagonist. He probably made like an effigy of himself, and his friend helped him enchant it. So it's made of like a burlap bag. It's kind of half mechanical, half enchanted. It has some hay coming out. It's the exact same pants and vest of the actual character. Oh, it's Echo? There's Echo? Oh, wait. I have to mute something, don't I? Because when I went here, I enabled the audio. Is there still echo? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. I generally don't have the microphone enabled in the real sort of thing, so I enabled it for a bit, and I think that's what made it. I had made these stupid little hands that to make them look like they maybe are like carved in wood. And it has some little sort of joint in this basic stick figure that he made. I've made some scarecrow characters before. I did the scarecrow from Batman the Animated Series some time ago, and I made also the scarecrow turnip head from Howl's Moving Castle. So I wanted to do something different from those guys, and I ended up doing something kind of strange. And I also had to define sort of what the character's sort of handiwork and crafty thing was going to look like. So it's being kind of it's been a little bit easier since a lot of his stuff is sort of story driven. One thing has inspired the other and the thing has sort of kept growing. But I don't know, I'm doing what I can with what I have. Again, the idea for this is that it's like carved in a plank of wood. I'm remaking this because I didn't like the hands that I made. I did that kind of freehanding a shape. And this is a little bit better. I made it like a sharper alpha here, and instead of doing it like properly in hard surface, I thought it could be kind of imperfect since he's carving it in wood anyway. Let's put it in place more or less here. Let's rotate it 15 degrees. Let's split this hand. Let's hide this, since I'm probably not gonna use them. The idea is for it to be like a little mechanical contraption, very basic one, made by the character, kind of in his own image, kind of wearing his own clothes, or his same clothes, and with just a sort of burlap bag for a head and another bag here, sort of simulating to be the mushroom cap kind of head that he has. Where's perspective? Freaking off. Oh, right, I have to remove this one too. That's probably... What am I doing? And I just sort of came up with this idea on Monday because I had to start something new. And I didn't necessarily know what to do. I know there's like some important characters that I still have to make, and I don't feel very comfortable tackling them right now. One is one of the other sort of protagonist, the other sorceress, the young sorceress one character that I have to redesign. I'm not really sure, because in the original version of the story she was going to be more of like a fairy, and now I've changed her into a full-sized sorcerer. So I have to redesign her, and I'm not sure of what to do with her. And I also have to do like a magical... Here's my sort of reel of the characters that I have. This is a protagonist, Ergol. Again, the scarecrow is kind of made in his image. This is a character he's gonna be visiting. It's probably one of the best ones that I've done lately. Kind of a magical, wise tortoise. Yeah, I'm really proud of this one. Then I made this frigging spider that I'd like to go back and fix a couple thingies. Then I made this one human character that I've done so far, the sorceress Sorsha, inspired in the Duchess of Alice in Wonderland. Then I did this bat that I really like. Maybe could use some more work, but I have to make a cave for him. I have to make like some environments and some props and some stuff, and I've been kind of avoiding it for now. Then I made this flower, but no, this is not the definitive version. Where is it? This is. And after I did the flower, I think because she's like in this kind of orchard, and finishing her inspired me to come up with the scarecrow kind of character. That's kind of a character, kind of a prop. He's not really alive. He's kind of enchanted and animated only when he has to do his job. And it's a little bit of a, not exactly a foreshadowing, but like a reference to, because part of the main story is that the protagonist and the young sorceress are going to sort of collaborate in this spell. And this guy is like an early collaboration of theirs. He made him and she enchanted it. And it's like a previous collaboration of theirs. She's kind of a beginner because her mother was the actual sorceress, but she died also. The protagonist's maker was like also another a sort of a wizard that also died in the same event. So these two are like orphans and trying to find their way around this world and around magic and everything. I was going to make like some stitches around these, like they are little circles of fabric stitched on this bag to make it look like it's the mushroom cap. But I'm not sure how exactly should I do the stitches. I had some brushes somewhere here. I found these brushes that I've done before, and I don't remember which one could work for this. Oh, this is really big. They're kind of hovering on top, but will this work? This is like an old AEM brush that I made some time ago. Well, I've finished them kind of out of necessity of moving on, but probably I'm going to go back to every single one and kind of try to fix them in one way or another. I don't know how finished really anything is. Would that be too big for stitches? Look kind of big. Maybe how did I make this brush to begin with? Do I have a better one somewhere? Because I know I've done stitches before. What even is this? Oh, this is not that kind of. This is more a brush like this. Yeah. Do I have any other one? This one is called Stitches. I don't even remember what it is. Oh, this is also like an alpha based. That works, but not for this, I guess. This is probably too big. What size was this? Maybe smaller than this. Now that I've sort of finished some characters, I would like to finally sort of rig them and try to do some, maybe not some full-blown scenes yet, but some kind of little animated thing to have something, again, also to have something to show to people when I talk about this project. It sounds like a bigger deal than it really is when I mention it. Are those too small, too close together? What the hell? I should try to do some, just put together some, like a few shots of something, and perhaps like put together like something like a teaser trailer or something. Oh, those are sticking out too far. Right, you use Blender, right? You made a lot of progress for what I could see. You've made like a whole scene now for your character. I want to have to adjust all of this individually, but I don't want them to be floating. Maybe I should make a different shape and a whole new brush for this. Something with the shape of staples instead of this little grains of rice that end up hovering over the thing. Well, that's cool that you do a character in a whole really elaborate anatomy in like a cool pose and everything, and then you go and do an entire environment and everything. Are you doing this for like your own portfolio, or for like... Do you sell them? Do you sell 3D prints? What exactly do you do with all of this? Because that would be like a cool full-blown like diorama, the way you're doing it now. I don't know if that's gonna make any sense now that I think about it. maybe I should try to do like a well, it's really cool and really a big deal for practice. Do you sell anything, any of your models or anything? Because even to me, a lot of people come asking me if I sell them, if I sell prints, if I sell the actual models. Or sometimes they come asking me just to let them download them. They don't intend to even pay for anything. I don't really sell anything because I don't really even have that infrastructure, and most of the characters that I've done are someone else's IP, so it's probably gonna get me in trouble. I want to add some wrinkles and details and stuff, and tears and wear to the actual vest, but I don't know what right now. It's kind of weird looking, kind of simple. I feel like the pants are entirely the wrong size. I don't know why. They're supposed to be filled with hay. And the vest just hanging in there. I don't know if I should try to put like a bag in here, but it's gonna hide the sort of mechanism here. I feel like with just a vest like that, it sort of works. Maybe I should inflate it in some parts where it, well, not inflate it, but do something in the parts where it looks too flattened, because it looks like it was the obvious normal vest, kind of in this shape that I just flattened here into place. So I should make it less flat, if nothing else. And again, probably add some wrinkles, some tears, because it's been in the outdoors for I don't know how long. Of course, yeah. Thank you very much. Did you stream for like 12 hours again? Thank you so much for raiding again. I probably should make my own different kind of brush. Not brush. Yeah, my own. A different version of this one that I'm using here. Because this is precisely some horizontal shapes that are helpful and handy, but not quite what I need. Maybe basically the same thing, but more shaped like a more either curved or more like a staple, so it's not going to be hovering over the surface. Again, thank you very much for reading. I was wondering where my regulars are. A couple people I haven't seen in a while. I'm not complaining or anything, obviously. They've been very kind by joining me and accompanying me all this time. But suddenly there's a couple people I haven't seen in a while, so I was wondering where they are. What the hell am I doing? Okay, let's move with symmetry on. Again, kind of like, maybe can I curve it with some deformation? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Which one is an actual? Am I gonna have to rotate it? And then here bend it? No. Soft bend. Did that do anything? Soft bend in the Z-axis. Well, kinda like that, but maybe that's too much. A little bit of a banana shape. Is this a front? Well, basically. Now let's create a freaking brush, create insert mesh, new one. In depth, probably lower it a lot. Probably not 0, right? But yeah, it could be. If we put it like a little one here. Is it gonna be too curved? Well, that's kind of big for the stitch, but if I put it like that, is it too freaking curved? Well, I'm probably gonna make it here in the center, and then I'm gonna move them outside the thing. That might work, question mark. Let's turn that into a curve kind of thing in the here. Curve mode. Okay, the step should be 2 or 3. Much smaller size. I did like 15 before for that one. Well, that was a test anyway. If this brush is indeed better, I'm going to replace one for the other. But this is kind of weird. Let's say it is if I make it bigger and kind of like that, I'm still gonna have to adjust some manually, but is it gonna be better? Is it gonna look like stitches at all? Is it gonna be better than these that are very flat? At least these are curved. These really touch the surface here. Oh my god. That scared me. My screen flickered, but I think it just it didn't. It didn't affect the stream, did it? Right. I never know when it's the capture card, when it is the oh. Let's split masked. Let's save this brush just in case. They are kind of banana shaped, so why not? I'm gonna adjust them manually later, I guess, but for now, where are the other stitches? These friggin' stitches. Let's hide them because they're not really working. Where's the banana? I'm making them on the inside of the thing because probably in the outside they would deform around the edge and they would be like, it's the safest way to make them flatter to the surface. Okay, this is kind of hovering. Let's yeah, I'm probably never gonna be safe of having to adjust them individually. I don't know how it's gonna work here in this area with these wrinkles. This burlap thing, it's kind of temporary. I have to either do like a better UV thingy, or to apply the noise better, or maybe I'm just going to sort of manually apply the texture. Here there's a little bump. I don't know how it's gonna affect the thing. I thought they were too curved, but I think they are the right amount, right? Because they have to touch the two surfaces. I feel like that's gonna give it a bit of an illusion of some finishing or something. This is again my own story, my own characters, for something that I'd like to do like in a very basic animatic kind of way. I'm not an animator, I'm not really a sculptor, I'm not really even an artist. I'm more of a frustrated filmmaker. I went to film school after high school. In the end I didn't even graduate or really got to do anything, so I always had the itch of telling stories and doing my own thingies. And it's hard, obviously. In live action it's expensive, it takes an army of people. Animation was not something I could do before because I cannot really draw, I cannot really animate. But last year I did like, not even last year, 2022 I did like a little project that was more of a parody of a thing that I made for a particular community that I'm a part of, and I made some very basic sort of animation, and that gave me the idea of trying the same technique to tell my own stories. Ventura, hey! It's not just raided. I was lurking on their stream while I streamed, and I saw that they were gonna raid. I'm kinda still working on this guide that I sort of made it up on Monday because I needed to come up with something new. I'm gonna have to come back and adjust manually all of these, not all of these stitches, but probably especially here in this bumpier areas. But the idea is for it to look like it's like little patches that have been stitched on a bigger bag. How many are there left? I don't know if there's anyone lurking after Snoid's raid. I think they have raided for many hours as they do, and so they needed a break. I'm not really sure anymore because I always say the same thing, but I feel like I could perhaps finish this guy today. Because it's pretty simple and most of it is already done. And it's not even a character, it's kind of a half a character, half a prop. Very kind of Snoid raiding me. Is it even pronounced Snoid? I keep saying Snoid, but the guy that we raided the other day pronounced it completely different, and I'm suddenly like self-aware about that. Again, I'm gonna have to fix those individually, but it's okay. This looks kind of weird that the bag isn't really tied around the hay. Well, I'm gonna have to fix that later. I don't even know how much of this guy are we going to see again. Ergol is just sort of gonna pass him by, and he's gonna come to life briefly, only to say hello to him or something, and or maybe to scare away some birds, since that's his job and its function. But there's not gonna be like a whole dialogue with him or anything like with the other actual characters. Oh, I wanted to put also stitches here in this seam here in the back. Now that I think about it, let's hide the freaking this thing so I can work on this. Did I change the brush? Let's go back to the banana. So banana stitches. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to just place them in here. Is symmetry on? No, it's never on. Why it's never on? I think that gives it like kind of a touch. Oh, I should have gone a little bit further here. Further up here. A couple more stitches. Does that go in there? Yeah. Maybe the clothes also. I want to give it like some tears and some. Are you streaming at all today, Aventura? I don't remember. I remember you said you're tutoring this guy, so you are changing your schedule a little bit this week, but I don't remember exactly when. How is the tutoring going, by the way? Are these sort of floating over the thing? No. Cool. It's such a wonderful thing to be learning this stuff. It's just so stimulating. It's such a there's a time when you feel like you can do everything. Cool, that's a lot of stuff. He already knows more than me. Of course I don't know much, but he's a beginner. He already knows more than me. Really cool that you got a fast learner. This one's floating. This one too. Freaking. That's really cool. Again, if I could pay for anything online, I'd be taking that course too. I'd like to learn something like Maya or something. There's a lot of like hard surface stuff that I would like to do on ZBrush. I'm thinking it's not great for that, especially this old version of ZBrush that I have. I feel like they've done a lot of improvement to tools like the modeler brush and stuff like that, but I don't really know much to begin with, and I have a really old version of ZBrush. Mostly because it's the one that works already for me with this old computer, and with the Keyshot bridge I also have like an old version of Keyshot. At some point I tried to update them, and the bridge stopped working, and I really need it. So I reverted back to his older versions. They just do what I need them to do, and I don't know. I don't need much else. I don't know if I'm very happy with this guy the way it's coming along, but I'm happy with the idea. I didn't even think of this originally, and I just came up with it having finished the sunflower and thinking of that environment. I thought that there should be a scarecrow, and I started thinking, well, maybe if Ergol made him, maybe he made him in his own image, so if the birds are already scared of a real Ergol, they will be scared of a fake one in the form of a scarecrow. But then I thought, well, it's a magical world, it could be like an enchanted scarecrow, even when Ergol himself doesn't really do much magic. That's kind of the trick. Probably he made it, and probably Astrid enchanted it for him. So it works like a first sort of collaboration between them. And now this spell that they're working in for this story might be the second big one that they're ever gonna attempt. And the fact that Ergol himself is a bit of a Frankenstein's monster made by a sorcerer. Ergol making some kind of version of himself also kind of reflects that. From a storytelling point of view, I like the idea more than I liked the dummy itself. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I was telling Snoid that now that I have some character finished, I should try already to make some background, some environment, and already make at least some test animations, and put together like a little reel, or perhaps maybe in the form of like a teaser trailer or something, to have something to show to people when I'm talking about this. But because I feel like it's very abstract, a newcomer sees me work on comes here and sees me work on something probably kind of tedious, and it doesn't reflect very well what the whole project is like. If I make like a little sort of teaser trailer just made out of a bunch of test animations or something, obviously it's not going to be anything super fancy or super finished, but for the sake of having something to show, I might start working on that at some point. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily be doing it on stream, because it's gonna take some time to render the characters in different layers, and maybe some body parts separately, and then photoshopping them together into layers to export them into Moho, to rig them and animate, and all of that is like a weird sort of downtime for the stream, even when this is not the most dynamic thing in the world. Me just waiting for something to render and not knowing what to do in the interim is probably not gonna be great for like a stream. It's not gonna be the most riveting kind of content. This already isn't, but again, me literally waiting for something to render is the most anti stream kind of content. I don't know if these stitches are too big. Maybe I can make them a little bit thinner. Where even was I? Is it here? Yeah. But I really want to start working on some shots, at least some kind of thing, put together a little something to show around. Of course, none of this has to be perfect, but obviously I don't want for any of these stitches to look fake, like it's hovering over the thing and not really touching the fabric. These look funny, they look like fireworks or something. What do I do next? Are all of these really touching, sinking in the fabric? Maybe a bit too much. Even these are kind of floating, aren't they? This sort of wrinkles here complicate the stitches a little bit. I was also saying that my hard drive is so freaking full. I don't know if it went crazy and it purged something, because it had only like 300 megabytes of free space. So everything was like freezing on me. I don't know if that was exactly what it was doing, like purging something. Because I was trying to make an alpha in Photoshop and it froze almost completely. It was almost impossible to do anything. I don't even know what can I... It's not even a big hard drive. Again, it's kind of an old computer. I have some external hard drives, but pretty much everything is full. I don't know what kind of thing I can like safely put in the cloud and remove from here. I'm not super comfortable with that. Probably I have a lot of junk that I can remove. I did some cleaning some time ago, but it's never enough. I'm masking the ones that I've already done. Is there any stitches kind of floating here? This one's completely floating. Oh. I just made this AEmilius brush myself. I had one, but the stitches were completely flat. They were like a rice grain sort of shape, and I needed something more curvy for that, so I made like this brush with banana shaped stitches, so they hug this kind of shape better. What the hell happened? Oh, I lowered the intensity for some reason. And these are working much better than the other stitches that I tried. That also I would have had to adjust individually. I'm still adjusting these ones, but they have the correct shape to begin with. I haven't done like great, super extraordinary brushes, but I'd like to put my brushes to make them like available somewhere. And I never know exactly where. Or over the years I've made like my own, a lot of brushes of my own that I always think I could offer them somewhere. Back in the day, I did offer some resources like that in freaking DeviantArt of all places. But well, that's kind of where I started. Kind of where I started with my daily challenge and everything. People complain about DeviantArt. Well, I complain myself since they sold to freaking Wix. And they changed the UI so much and everything. I complain too, but I mean, people complain about different things with DeviantArt, and I never had any bad experiences. I mean, sure, there are furries, there's inflation porn, there's shit like that, but I don't make it, I don't consume it. I don't necessarily even see it anywhere, because the algorithm is good enough to not show me, again, what I don't consume. Anyway, the worst stuff that I've seen is not even the furry porn and all of that. The worst stuff that I've seen is the Nazi fetishists, the kind of people that make like cute Goebbels, cute Mengele or something, and they say, oh, we don't, their justification is, we don't justify or we don't support the ideology, we just like the aesthetic of the uniforms and this and that. It's their stupid freaking justification for that. I don't know why DeviantArt allows it. I always thought if brands found out about that kind of shit, they probably have their own apocalypse. There should be one here. Where is it? Is it hidden too low? Where even are you? Where we freaking go? It was right on the bump here, I guess. But again, like pretty much every other art community, it has been very friendly, very helpful, very... What I regret the most is having like kind of drifted away after they changed the UI into the freaking Eclipse thing. I understand a little bit of the reasoning behind the whole thing. They claim that it's like a patchwork of like over a decade old code. Hey, thank you very much for following, Valley Shadow. I'm kind of trying to get affiliate, so I really do appreciate it. I do appreciate everything, everyone coming in, chatting, following. Sweet tea, thank you very much for following. This is very messy in this wrinkly part. Yeah, it happens to me sometimes when I'm like lurking somewhere and I end up in a completely different stream when I realize. But what a great thing raids are. I've been really lucky. I only started streaming in November, and I'm really lucky to have been sort of found by these guys and this great community. Yeah, he raided me. Like half an hour ago. More or less. Thank you so much for following. Are you also like a 3D artist? Or what, to the artist? Cool. Very cool. I'll give you a follow too. I like following back artists, people who supported people and artists. And Valley Shadow, are you an artist too? Are they gone? I try to follow back, especially people who follow who are actually streamers. Sometimes I don't realize, and I end up. I hope I don't look too oblivious, too rude, too something. But I do like to follow back people who actually stream, people who actually are artists as well. I don't know, again, I was thinking that maybe these stitches I could... I don't know if they're gonna look like too much, too uniform. They're already kind of messy because these curves are not following the shape perfectly, and then there's just wrinkles here. Oh, cool. But do they stream? Does he stream? So I follow back. Okay, yeah, of course. Have a nice lurk again. Thank you for following. Okay, I'll give him a follow too. There we go. Again, thank you very much for following. I should be streaming for 1 more hour today, and I should be back on Friday for a full stream. I might make like a short stream tomorrow, but probably not. I feel like I don't get much done on the days that I don't have like the full 4 hours. And I'm not doing any gaming anymore, because I have like some technical problems with the freaking audio, like routing it properly into the stream and into my headphones as well. But probably I should bring back some gaming. I do intend, when the Tomb Raider remasters come out in February, I do intend to stream those, or at least I intend to play them if I can. A friend of mine already promised me that he was going to give them to me. He shouldn't have, and I was very reluctant to accept, but I ended up accepting because I really am a Tomb Raider fan, and I haven't played any of the recent ones. I'm really a fan of the old ones, the ones that I grew up with. I did play the first one of the new ones a little bit, also because he gifted it to me, my friend, and but I can barely run it. I don't have like a gaming PC. I could barely run it in my actual laptop, really. So I played it a little bit, then my laptop broke and I never installed it again. But I should go back to it someday. I have nothing against it. I'm just a bigger fan of the old ones because I know them very well. And I guess I am old, or I'm that generation really. Well, he is my age too, and he likes the new ones. But well, he has a gaming PC. He has all of the consoles. I'm not much of a gamer. Haven't been for a while. It's kind of an expensive thing that I cannot really afford. I don't know how is this going to look. I don't know if I should make perhaps like some little. It's probably overkill. It doesn't need that much detail, I'm guessing. But I could make like some little creases here in the actual patches. Is that even showing? Oh, I should maybe. Whoops. Where even is the stitch? Like some little crease where every stitch goes, but I don't know if it's gonna even do anything. Well, up close it shows, but I don't think I'm ever gonna come this close to this. I might try it later, I don't know. Right now, oh, this is the first one that I made that didn't really. With my different brush, my stitches brush, that every stitch was like straight, and I needed to be curvier. So I made a new brush for this. Then again, I'd like to give it away for free somewhere. To make it downloadable somewhere. But I don't know where exactly could I do it. Could it be like what is it called? Jesus, I'm such a Nimrod for so many things. It's not GitHub, obviously. What the hell am I thinking of? Where people do sell things, but there are things that are free too. I could put some of my brushes and some resources in there. Gumroad? What is it called? I think it is Gumroad. I don't know if it'll let me even make an account. I might have an account because of to download some free stuff, right? But I have a problem that especially now that I no longer have a credit card, a bank account. I do have a bank account with a debit card, but it's like a local thing that only works here. It's not good for buying anything online or anything, so have I oh, I've been pulling those out of a bit too far. These kind of work. This was already a bit too much. So I don't know, even if I made it as an affiliate here or something, I probably couldn't even collect for subscriptions or anything. It's not my goal at all. I just like to maybe be affiliate, not even partner, just to have more perks, the kind of things that people like emotes and channel points and stuff like that. And to be able to have more transcoding options. Sometimes I cannot even check my own, because my internet provider isn't great. Sometimes I cannot even check the quality of my own stream because I cannot stream and watch my stream simultaneously. So for all of those little thingies, I would like to be like affiliate, at least. I have no ambition of becoming a streamer and making a living from subscriptions or anything. Especially because if I'm not like a real artist, I'm not like anything like that. If I took myself more seriously, maybe I would, but I'm not, so I don't. I really appreciate the support that I have had, that I've been having, but I guess that's kind of it. I don't think I'd feel good taking people's money. Probably a lot of people who know me would just sort of subscribe just for the sake of supporting me, but I don't want to say out of pity, but kind of. And I don't want that. I don't want for anyone to feel like they have to support me for whatever reason, that if it's not. I was going to say if it's not genuine, not that it's not genuine, but if I'm not someone they really wanna watch, I don't feel for anyone to support me kind of out of pity, which I feel is what would end up happening if I was partnered. So that's the one reason why I kind of don't want it, but I do want to have some more normal streamer perks again, like all the cute things like emotes and channel points and all that. All that kind of thing that makes a stream, that kind of makes a community too, and makes you look more legit, makes you... I am making a mess with these. Maybe I could have crossed some individual stitch here and there. I don't know. Did I... Is there anything missing? Maybe this is like a big empty area. I don't know, again, I don't know how are these going to work. They look okay here on freaking a freaking ZBrush. I don't know how will they translate. It's a key shot. I don't know if this patch looks a little bit like it's hovering over the thing. I don't know if I'm gonna have to fix that, or if it's gonna make it more legit, the fact that it has like a little shadow, but I don't want it to be like floating. At least I feel like it's a nice touch. Maybe I should give the... Here it's kind of... The seams are kind of undone. Maybe I could add some stitches to the actual vest. Maybe I could make it like it's torn somewhere and it was sort of fixed. It's kind of cute. I give it like that angry expression, as I figured. Well, it's a scarecrow. It has to have some kind of angry expression. I don't know if he's gonna change it to greet Ergol. I don't know how expressive he should be. Just a very little polish, only to get rid of this very sharp thing here. This corner is to... Ooh. That's what I always say about the pinch brush. It doesn't quite do what you want it to. Yeah, that's also the problem. It bends things in one direction that's not probably the one you want. And now the tip is like hovering over the face. That's why I always say the pinch brush is better in ZBrush. In Sculptris, I mean. What even is a pinch? It's B. How do I make the... I'm so... disoriented right now. I'm a little hungry also. I only had like a soup. Can we go back? I had a soup on a very hot day. Forecast says we're gonna have over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, around 40 centigrade for the rest of January. Yesterday was the last tolerable day. And was already pretty hot. Today is gonna be hotter, and it's only gonna get hotter for the remainder of January. Again, this was just a placeholder originally, and I ended up making it sort of official, sort of permanent. Like so many temporary solutions, they become permanent. Well, this guy entirely was gonna be a kind of a was literally kind of an excuse for me not knowing what to do on Monday. I literally came out with him in the spot, but again, from the storytelling point, it makes a lot more sense than I even originally imagined. Let's inflate or something a little bit of these areas that are kind of affected by the fact that I flattened a shape that used to be thicker. And it has ended up looking way too flat, looking way too what it is, you know, a shape that used to have more body to it, and now it's just flattened. Next I should start already. Either one of the scary characters. They're not scary, they're just scaring me. Because one of them is like a deer that should look majestic and beautiful, and that's why I'm afraid of it, because I'm afraid of that precisely, having to make a character that's majestic and beautiful, and I might end up making it look like a big dog with antlers. But I also have to make some environments. I keep saying it, I don't even start it. Not every environment and not every background for this thing is gonna be completely like a full 3D environment. But some things should be. There's this kind of altar and the actual towers. This kind of altar in Astrid's tower, and the actual towers I should make in 3D. Maybe some parts of the forest and this and that are going to be more like from pseudo 3D to just 2D, like a parallax, multi-layered kind of thing, but not much more than that. I would really like to add some tear here or somewhere, but I feel like the freaking what is it? The trim lasso or one of those tools sometimes. Oh no. Okay, that worked for once, but sometimes they are so not what you're trying to do. If you try to do something and it rounds up and tries instead of making some kind of weird web around the area that you sort of trim or cut. It doesn't make the clean cuts that I need, is I guess what I'm trying to say. If I made something like this, it's too big, but it's not doing it. I want to hide really, well, maybe I could mask out the back side, so I do something here that only affects the front. And sometimes it slices the sheet, the subtool, and here it cut this part, but it doesn't really do what I'm intending to do here. Why don't you freaking... There we go. Now the trim, did I say? Trim lasso. Yes. Stop. I know how that works. Again, sometimes it creates like a weird subtool kind of thingy. So like a weird polygroup. I mean, and instead of really doing what I wanted to do. Here, it's a much simpler shape, and it's not doing it. It's just not freaking doing it. There must be a better, more efficient way of doing this kind of thing. Again, it probably created a subgroup in here, but it didn't quite... Oh. What the hell? Unless I separated this polygroup from here and try to create the tear using that, but it's not what I'm going for. It could be better. It could work in a better way. How the heck do I do that? Maybe I should just make some kind of a crease and just add some stitches on top, like he has tried to repair it poorly to put it in here, to put it out here. Not much else on that. What the hell brush am I using? This kind of thing works again. This is the actual trim, isn't it? Because the slice is the one that's supposed to make that kind of thing. The slice brush, right? When you slice the slice curve or the slice whatever, it's the one that creates different polygroups. But that's not what I want. The actual trim should trim. Oh, that's a... Is it because part of a subtool is hidden? That's kind of the problem. When it does work, it ends up leaving like a weird web here when it should have trimmed closer to the actual shape. Instead of having this weird freaking web here. Oh yeah. But again, the lasso. I wish the freaking lasso worked. If I do like a little shape like this here, it should subtract it completely, but it won't. It makes this freaking mess. What even is this? What even happened? Where did everything go? That is too much of a chunk to be missing anyway. Oh, am I doing it also in the wrong sort of direction? Because yeah, sometimes you do it counterclockwise or counterclockwise. It makes a difference of which part stays and which part goes. Oh my freaking god! Okay, I'm gonna either do like some kind of fake tear here, right? Beep, the crease brush without symmetry. Maybe on this side, since I already here I tore the thing, so maybe on this side I could do something. That is a bit too much. Of course I'm gonna have to use like a pinch brush to sort of shut it together. Lower intensity probably, because that's a bit too much and it's acting in the 3 dimensions. I don't want it to make the thing too thin in here. That's kind of a problem, isn't it? If I masked the inside, let's mask the whole thing. Let's do with brush. What is the thing that I'm looking for? Auto masking, back face mask. If I unmask this part, it's probably still bleeding to the inside, isn't it? I'm gonna have to do it with a much smaller brush. But it's still going through here. Oh yeah, god damn it. No. Maybe this way. It's still masking the 2 sides. That's freaking great, just great, just freaking great. That is still, oh no. Okay, that is working. A tiny freaking brush. And painstakingly try to unmask out this area. So it won't bleed to the inside. So well, presumably the tear would be really on both sides, but I don't want to make this part of the geometry too thin when I use the pinch brush, and that's exactly what it's gonna do. I should remove the focal shift almost completely. Did that bleed to the inside? God dang it, it did. Ah, my freaking god. probably one of the dumbest ways to do this kind of thing. Let's just freaking do it. Because I'm losing my patience. The little one I have left. I should freaking shut up. So let's do like a crease. Is that working? What intensity is this? Let's just do a crease. And a crease. There's also something else that I'd like to work on this month. Well, what's left of the month, because I would like to finish it for like the first half of February. Just something that I also should have worked on last year, and I did work on, but I never managed to finish. I would like to finish it now, but I don't think I can do that on stream. It doesn't make any sense, probably. It has some animation, it has some video editing, it has some stuff like that that I have done on stream before, but probably it's kind of niche in a way. So I don't know if it's stream material, really. This is a bit too light for me right now. I don't know if I shut it together too much. I should maybe try to redo the crease. Shut it closed too much. Again, I don't know exactly what am I gonna do in February or what am I gonna do with the stream in general, but well, there is that. There is the Tomb Raider remasters coming out in February. And I would like to play them. So I would like to stream them. Depends on how they run in this old computer anyway. I imagine they're not gonna be super resource heavy. I'm gonna have to fix the storage problem that I have right now, but that's about it. And I'm gonna have to sort out the audio routing problem that I've been having that made me quit gaming for the streams, but I do intend to bring it back. It is something that helps me sort of relax, like nothing else. It's like some kind of outlet. of some kind of steam that doesn't compare really to anything else. Is that... no. Where are the stitches? Let's do that in the same... let's keep them all together in the same subtool. I don't know if this is too small. I don't remember even what size brush I used for the stitches. Are those the same, roughly the same size as these? Why do I always end up eyeballing things? Maybe these could be a little bit bigger. My freaking knee hurts so much because I cannot stretch my legs to this desk. Especially my right knee. That is kind of big, isn't it? For the stitches. I don't want it to be too different to the other stitches, but I don't want it to be too big either. Let's leave it like that. And maybe I was going to add like some thread hanging here, like he had tried to fix this this pocket, and it had sort of come undone again. So I would add like some stitches here, and maybe with a tube brush some thread just sort of hanging or something. I don't know. Maybe here in this sort of shoulder thing too, I can make like a false tear and some stitches. Okay, this is 15. These are a bit sunken in. I can make him and bring them out a little bit more. And again, I don't know if it's like a bad idea, but let's try it with the tube. What is it called? Curve tube. What is... no. Is this gonna look much thicker than the actual thing? Yes. That's much thinner. What is kind of like, let's say 9? Like some kind of loose thread maybe is coming like out of there, or where the stitch should be here roughly, more like a curve. It really stuck to the surface, and I don't want it to. I want it to stick out more, but I don't know why here I made it. I don't know, it's just to add like a little touch here and there. Maybe here on this side too, like he has fixed it. Here it sort of came undone. The pants probably need some stitches here and there too. Probably in like in one knee These are sort of bunched up the same way Ergol uses them, so the knee is really kind of here. Like gathered up. What is that called? I don't know if I should make a tear here the same way I did it here, around the pole, the stick thingy. Maybe it would be funny if the ass was sort of torn and it was all stitched up. The ass generally tears across the actual seams, right? So it's not gonna break in any other direction that's not this, maybe. What the heck am I looking for? Let's go back to the stitches subtool. Let's go back to the banana stitches. Let's put it in here. Maybe this could be bigger because it's kind of sinking in the... well, not that much bigger. They're kind of sinking in the crease here. Maybe I can move the curve a little bit. What just happened? I don't even know if we're gonna see the backside, but I felt like the obvious thing to do was tearing the crutch and the back and the crutch. Maybe he might have fixed also this kind of seams on the sides. Might have reinforced them a little bit. Let's go back to really small size that we were doing. Maybe not the entire thing, maybe at some part where it had just sort of come undone. Maybe they could be bigger here too. Not that much bigger, but sort of following this shape. Am I doing this in symmetry? I shouldn't be. Okay, no. Only like he perhaps reinforced those stitches in some part where it had come undone. And again, probably some tear in the pants too. I don't want to overdo it either, but it's like the kind of thing that I feel like makes some sense. That's really big. Let's shut it closed again. A little bit. Where am I? Are these the stitches? Yes. Let's go back to banana stitches. Let's make it already at least 18. Let's bring them out a little bit because they ended up sunken in the crease. I should maybe make the crease tighter too. Well, not that much. Let's relax a little bit the geometry around this area because I've been pinching it a lot. There are better ways to do this, but I don't know, again, it's just a subtle thing, it's not like it's super torn and destroyed. I don't know if it's gonna be too subtle, but I don't think Ergol would make like huge stitches, something completely rustic. He's supposed to be kind of crafty and kind of, because precisely he doesn't feel comfortable using magic anymore. He feels like it's not even his thing. What? No. I wanted to pick up this. We can extract these stitches a bit. Just a little bit. Make them stick out a little more. Here, I don't know if I should give this like a buttonhole and a little button, because these are from the fly. I don't know. I made it up. I made up this idea of the scarecrow. Yeah, no, don't worry. Of course, I came up with this sort of character. It's not even a character. It's kind of half a prop, half a character, and I've been trying to make it to make it look like it makes sense, like the stitches are kind of undone here, or some little details. We're not gonna have like a full scene or like a full dialogue with this guy, but he's not really alive. He's sort of enchanted. And Ergol sort of made him in his own image. So that's why it's made out of like a bag with, to make it look like. But it also has to be sort of scary for the crows, for the birds. It probably, and I made this kind of joint in here so it can move his arms around. Probably it's like the one thing that he does, because he's sort of enchanted. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm going to add some wrinkles. Because yeah, no, it's absolutely very flat. It's actually the exact same version of that the actual character is wearing. I only made it like flat. So yeah, the idea is to make it to add some wrinkles. I have some alphas somewhere. Probably something like this. Especially here on top. Well, maybe not quite this one, but yeah, the idea is for it to look, since it's been outdoors for who knows how long. It's probably gonna be weather torn, broken, kind of indeed wrinkled, and this is a bit too sharp, this alpha, but I like that on top here. Thank you. I'm kind of happy with him, considering I made him up on Monday. It wasn't even in my plans necessarily doing this guy. It wasn't even part of a screenplay, but when I finished the sunflower, I thought that there should be, in that kind of orchard, there should be a scarecrow. Yeah, I'm in a pretty old one. I tried to upgrade at some point, and the key shot brush stopped working, so I reverted back to this one. I probably should try to upgrade again, but this is kind of what I have and what works for me, and but yeah, probably I'm missing out on a lot of tools and upgrades that they made for the latest versions. I'm not even sure, really. I should try, but I've been kind of lazy with that. I was saying that my hard drive is also so freaking full in this computer. It nearly crashed earlier because apparently it was like purging something. It had only like 300 megabytes of free space. But it nearly crashed, and it probably purged something because it has 8 gigabytes, which isn't a lot, but it's a lot more than those 300 megabytes that it had when I looked. So I have to do a lot of work on this computer. Ideally I should get a new one, but that's not happening, especially not now. I really cannot afford it. Though maybe if there is a time, it is now. Because things are only going to get more expensive and more unreachable. This freaking economy is only getting worse and worse. But really, since it's not a priority right now, so I cannot really. Well, we're not even gonna see much of the backside probably, but I also wanted to do, like, I don't know if maybe with an alpha, but I wanted to do, well, not that. I wanted to do some kind of wood sort of knot here and there in this things. I didn't want them to be perfect cylinders, but maybe the arms, he went through the trouble of making them as smooth as possible, but this main frame, maybe it could have like the remnants of a knot here or somewhere. Again, I don't want it to be so perfect of a cylinder. Same with this one. This part, I don't want it to look like it was perfectly chopped. Maybe I can... But also there's no reason for it to be too rustic. It is kind of rustic and all made of wood, but I don't think Ergol would make like a terrible job with this kind of thing. He's probably done his own furniture, which I have yet to make. I have to do something with the inside of a house. Well, I have to make the inside of a house and the outside too. But I'm not sure exactly what's that gonna be like. This pocket kind of thing are very modern, I guess, but they are the pockets that I gave the actual model. Why is this freaking acting like this? Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay. Maybe I should split this already because I need to subdivide it more to make like a little crease here. What brush am I using even? Here, crease. What's the time? Oh, I always forget to check the time, and I only have like 20 more minutes to stream today. So the idea is that Ergol probably made him as a very basic mechanical thing, and Astrid enchanted it for him. And again, it's not like alive, it only sort of comes alive, quote unquote, to just scare the birds away. But I like it for it to be like a precedent of an Ergol and Astrid collaboration, since in this story what they are teaming up to do this spell. And I'd like to have this sort of precedent, like this is something else that they did together, like Ergol did the sort of dummy and Astrid enchanted it. It serves the story in that sense, I feel like. I don't know how much of this I'm going to sort of explain. Again, it's not like Ergol's not necessarily going to have a dialogue with this guy. He's just going to pass him by, maybe say something, and maybe this guy is capable of answering, just saying hello back or something, and nothing else. Because again, it's not alive, it's just kind of animated to do his job. There's also a parallel between Ergol's own creation. Ergol was created by a wizard. He wasn't born out of naturally out of anyone. He doesn't have parents as such. He's kind of a Frankenstein's monster made out of a powerful spell. We should relax this here a little bit. So Ergol making kind of an effigy of himself kind of mirrors a little bit him being created out of nothing. So I like that. I'm glad I came up with this. It wasn't in the original screenplay. It was just something I came up with on Monday. Because I needed to start a new character. I didn't know what to do. Let's go back to stitches. The stitches. Where are the freaking stitches? Here. Let's add some here. This little thing, the banana stitches. With a 15-16 draw size. Maybe more. What? No. Are these too big next to the other stitches? Kind of. They are anyway. I don't even know. Are they floating? Do I need to adjust anything? They're kind of in place. Where am I saving this? Again, I thought I could be able to perhaps finish this guy today, but it's not gonna happen. I only have 15 more minutes. But maybe next time, if I do, I don't know what major thing do I have to do. I would like to do, I don't know if manually or here with the surface or sort of noise. I'd like to give it like a burlap kind of texture. That is messy, but I did something before. What did I do? I masked by noise, and then I tried to just keep that sort of little texture. I either inflated it or deflated it or something, but that sort of helped. Having this very subtle sort of texture on, like a burlap kind of thing. Is burlap what I'm even thinking? Is that did I made up the word? The more I say it, the least sense it makes. Yeah, no, it is burlap. I might be mispronouncing it maybe, but it is the right word. And this one could be like a different. Maybe it is like a finer kind of fabric, since it has to be red. I feel like it's a very scarecrow kind of thing to do, to put like to make some part out of burlap. But for maybe the top, the part that mimics the mushroom cap, maybe he could make it like a different kind of fabric. Here I should definitely work on the wrinkles. I don't know if I'm gonna necessarily make them with alphas. It's really what I tend to do for that kind of situation, but because when I draw them manually, I'm not comfortable enough. I don't do them well. Where are the freaking alphas? Again, I keep going back and forth from the wrong folders. I have some that are kind of unusable. These are a bit excessive. Maybe they could just work for something like this, right? That's too much, but here's a kind of a pity that I already made the stitches. I shouldn't disturb this area very much. Maybe here in the back I could have like really like this, but if I soften them, it could be sort of bunched up a little bit in the back. Maybe not like that necessarily, but oh, they did transfer to the front as well. I don't mind, to be honest. It kind of works, but again, no, I'm not. This was just a test anyway, but hard drives terrify me by now. In December of 2022, my laptop's hard drive broke beyond repair and I lost so much. And back then I didn't even have this better internet, so I had a lot of big files that would have taken. I was very lazy to try to back them up in the cloud or something, because back then it used to take me over 3 hours to download a gigabyte. To upload, it was twice or more. That's how bad my internet was. So I didn't have any backups or anything too big, or even small things. I didn't even have the habit of backing up anything. Something as small as the actual text file that was the actual screenplay for this, I didn't back it up and I lost it and I had to rewrite it. I rewrote it almost immediately. Anyway, it wasn't that big a deal, but even that I lost. Such a freaking pain. So I'm terrified. I'm terrified of the current hard drive in my. Actually, the current hard drive, when its original hard drive broke in my laptop, I replaced it for an older laptop's hard drive. So I'm even more afraid for that one, because it's even older, it's smaller, it's only 1 terabyte, and I lost 2. I'm so scared about that. If anything breaks right now, I'm not gonna be able to replace it. Anything at all. Maybe the one thing that I could replace is like the capture card or something, that it wasn't so super expensive. But if a whole hard drive breaks, if a whole computer breaks, I'm gonna be screwed. I have no way to replace anything right now. What the hell was I going to do again? Oh, the folds in here, the creases and folds. These again are a bit too random. This is too chaotic. Some of them are too sharp. I should make my own alphas, really. But I've been using this package of. I did modify some of them myself. But I've been using this pack of alpha of close sort of wrinkles. I have very few actual tools here that I can use. I should make my own. I should download more. I should. These I can. I don't even know what they are. I think that right. These are a lot of default alphas from actual ZBrush. Where are we? Oh, again back to the folds again. One like this maybe, but it's hanging really. It's falling. It's been rained on. The sun has dried it. I feel like it shouldn't be super. It should have some creases. It should have some folds, but it's not gonna be super wrinkly, I think. Or maybe it should have like a texture, but sort of subtle. Definitely not this, but some just to, or maybe even this. But maybe with a lower. This kind of collides with the direction of the folds here, but something that indeed makes it a bit. Adds to the sort of weathered look. That is very subtle, but from the side it looks more present. And that transfer to the front, not in a terrible way. Let's mask the front just in case. And let's try to apply this kind of wrinkles here. Maybe I should emphasize this, like it's a bit bunched up in here, but it's not so much. It's really the size, the Ergol size, and it's kind of extended on the frame. It should drop more flat than this. It's still a bit like stiff. It should drop flatter, really. But again, let's leave this one as is, just in case I think of reverting it. What kind of similar thing we can apply here in the front? Again, that's messing with the stitches here. It's something that kind of affects everything. I don't know if I should mask out. This area and maybe this area, and then just soften it a lot. Where is the freaking masking thingy? Where are we? Why can't I see anything? Okay. Let's grow it a bit and let's blur it out a lot. Maybe not that much. There's some notification or something always going off on Twitch and I never know what's going on. I don't know if it's something happening in chat or what the hell. This is kind of subtle, maybe I can rise the intensity and just make that kind of... It's a bit too intense in some places and not enough in others. Maybe this is not the right alpha, but it's kind of the idea. To make some kind of folds that complement the shape. This is affecting the pocket too much. Probably. Do I still have one of these alphas here for the shoulder thingy? It is a little bit bunched up in there. It's a bit too much, maybe. We're not seeing the back. Maybe I'm relying too much on alphas, but again, if I had to hand draw like wrinkles, they're not gonna look great. Where do you want me to freaking start this? The problem is it's affecting this sort of trim in a weird way. Here it wrinkled it too. No. Maybe I should mask the whole thing here and then try to adjust it to the folds. Okay, but really that's pretty much all the time that I have for today. Maybe we could raid someone now that there's a few of us. Anyway, I don't know. I didn't really do much with the pants, so let's frame it like here. Let's do like a quick render, quick little render. Just to have something to post as the progress today. And then I make a screen cap on a screenshot on OBS. I'm gonna make maybe like a close-up here of the face. Again, none of this is necessarily final and definitive, but it's what we're rolling with right now. I saved it in the wrong folder. I'm not going to be able to find it tomorrow or Friday probably, when I really resume working on him. Where are we? Is there anyone we know that's streaming? Let's raid the big fat again. Thank you again, Snoid, for raiding. Thank you, Aventura, for coming. Thank you, Valley Shadow and Sweet Tea for following. Thank you so much, everyone. I should be back on Friday for a full 4-hour stream. I might make like a short stream tomorrow, but probably not. I'm kind of retiring the short streams until I find like a proper purpose for them. The phone is ringing. Is it working? Maybe I should have checked if he's still streaming. Again, thank you very much everyone. I should be back on Friday for more of this guy. We should probably finish him. There's not much left to do. Just some wrinkles and some details, some weathering in the clothes. I don't even know. Again, thank you very much. Let's go raid the big fat. See you next time.